She thought her ride was over. Stranded on Interstate 80 at midnight, phone dead, no money for a hotel. When the big rig pulled over, Lisa figured she'd take her chances with a stranger. Just a trucker offering help to someone in need. Until 4 men with guns surrounded the truck and everything changed. That's when the quiet driver did something impossible. Something that revealed he wasn't just hauling freight. He was carrying 30 years of Army Ranger training that nobody talks about but never forgets. Welcome to Silent Heroes Stories. Before we start this incredible story, tell me in the comments what city you are watching from today. If you believe heroes drive all kinds of vehicles, hit that subscribe button. These stories need to be told. Jake Morrison started his engine every Monday at 5 a.m. Interstate 80, coast to coast. Same route for 30 years. Same quiet dedication to getting freight where it needed to go. Jake was 58 years old, graying brown hair under a worn baseball cap. Weathered face with kind eyes that had seen more than most people could imagine. He wore the same flannel shirt and jeans every day, with an old watch that nobody noticed but never seemed to need winding. His truck was a 2018 Peterbilt 579, 80,000 pounds when loaded. Jake treated it like a precision instrument. Every morning, walk-around inspection, fluid checks, tire pressure, lights, brakes, military precision applied to civilian cargo. Big rig, this is dispatch. You've got a load of electronics, San Francisco to Chicago. Copy that, dispatch. ETA Thursday morning. Drive safe, Jake. Always do. Jake had been driving for Morrison Freight Lines since Never an accident. Never a late delivery. Never a complaint from customers or other drivers. Perfect record for 3 decades, but Jake was different from other truckers. His CB conversations were professional, never crude. His logbook was meticulous. His route planning included contingencies that seemed almost tactical. Other drivers respected Jake. They called him Big Rig or Morrison. He helped stranded motorists, bought coffee for rookie drivers, and always had time to talk safety. Jake, you drive like you're carrying something precious. Every load is precious to somebody. Most guys don't plan routes like you do. Good planning prevents problems. You sound military. Good habits come from many places. Jake's truck had unusual modifications, extra mirrors for complete visibility, communication equipment that went beyond standard CB radio, emergency medical kit that was more comprehensive than required, and Jake's physical condition was exceptional for 58. Other truckers struggled with the sedentary lifestyle. Jake stayed fit, alert, ready, like someone maintaining operational readiness. The most telling detail was Jake's awareness. He tracked traffic patterns, noted suspicious vehicles, memorized license plates without conscious effort. His driving wasn't just transportation, it was reconnaissance. Jake, you notice everything. Pays to stay alert. You see things other drivers miss. Experience teaches you what to watch for. What kind of experience? Different kinds, from different times. Tuesday night, 11:47 p.m. Jake was eastbound on I-80 through Nevada when he saw her. Young woman standing beside a broken-down Honda Civic, thumb out, clearly desperate. Jake rarely picked up hitchhikers. Company policy discouraged it. But something about this situation felt wrong, dangerous. A young woman alone on a dark highway. He pulled the big rig over, air brakes hissing. The woman approached cautiously, mid-20s, college student appearance, carrying a backpack. You okay, miss? My car died. Phone's dead. I just need to get to the next town. Where you headed? Salt Lake City. I'm a student at the University of Utah. Name's Jake. Climb up. The woman hesitated. Are you sure it's safe? Safer than standing on the highway alone. She got in. I'm Lisa. Thank you so much. As they drove, Jake assessed the situation. Lisa was nervous, but not about him, about something else. She kept checking the mirrors, looking back. Lisa, you seem worried. Just tired? Long day. Where'd you come from? Reno. Visiting friends. Car trouble happened suddenly? Yeah, just started smoking and died. Jake's experience told him Lisa wasn't telling the complete truth, but people had reasons for privacy on the road. You hungry? There's a truck stop in 20 miles. I don't have much money. Coffee's on me, part of the service. As they talked, Jake learned more. Lisa was a psychology major, working part-time to pay for school. Smart kid, Good family. Just hit a rough patch, but Jake noticed details. Lisa had bruises on her wrists, fading but visible. She flinched when trucks passed too close, and she kept watching the mirrors like someone being followed. Lisa, those bruises on your arms. She pulled down her sleeves. Clumsy. Always bumping into things. Those look like grip marks. I'm fine, really. Jake didn't push, but his protective instincts were activating. This kid was running from something, or someone. At the truck stop, Jake bought Lisa dinner and coffee. She was grateful, but still nervous. Jake, how long have you been driving? 30 years. Started young. What did you do before? Different work. Government work. What kind of government work? Problem-solving work. While Lisa used the restroom, Jake called the truck stop manager. Anyone asking about a young woman? College student? Dark hair? Matter of fact, yeah. 3 guys in a black SUV. Said they were looking for their sister. They seemed legitimate? Something felt off. Too intense, you know. Jake's suspicions were confirmed. Lisa was in danger. Back on the highway, Jake noticed the black SUV. It had been behind them since the truck stop, maintaining distance, but definitely following. Lisa, don't turn around, but there's a vehicle following us. What? Her voice went tight with fear. Black SUV. 3 men. They asked about you at the truck stop. Oh God, they found me. Lisa broke down. The truth came out. Abusive ex-boyfriend, restraining order, threats. She'd run to Reno to stay with friends, but he'd tracked her down. He said he'd kill me if I left him. His friends help him. They've been following me for days. Why didn't you call police? I did. They said without evidence of immediate threat, they can't do much. Jake understood. The system had failed this kid. Now it was up to him. Lisa, I need you to stay calm. Can you do that? What are you going to do? Keep you safe. Get you to Salt Lake City. But they're following us. I know. And I have experience dealing with people like this. Jake began evasive maneuvers. Nothing dramatic, just professional driving techniques. Changing lanes, varying speed, using traffic as concealment. The SUV kept pace. These weren't amateurs. Jake, they're gaining on us. I see them. Lisa, I'm going to need you to trust me completely. What are you going to do? What I was trained to do. Jake reached under his seat, pulled out a secure phone. Military-grade encryption. Dispatch, this is Big Rig. I've got a situation. Need law enforcement assistance. I-80 eastbound. Mile marker 247. But the SUV was accelerating. They weren't waiting for a better opportunity. Lisa, get down. Stay low. The SUV pulled alongside the truck. Jake saw the passenger window rolling down, saw the weapon. That's when 30 years of Army Ranger training took over. Jake's response was instantaneous and professional. He'd been in worse situations, with less equipment. First priority, protect the civilian. Jake positioned the truck between the SUV and oncoming traffic, using the Big Rig as a shield. Second priority, control the engagement. Jake accelerated, then suddenly braked, forcing the SUV to overshoot. Classic evasive driving. What the hell are you doing? Lisa screamed, staying alive. Hold on. The SUV tried to get behind the truck. Jake watched in his mirrors, calculating angles, timing, distance. This wasn't luck, it was tactics. Jake used the truck's size and weight as weapons. When the SUV tried to pass on the right, Jake shifted lanes, forcing them onto the shoulder. When they tried the left, Jake timed traffic to block their advance. Jake, how do you know how to do this? Experience. What kind of experience? The kind that keeps people alive. But the SUV had more maneuverability. They were getting desperate, taking bigger risks. The passenger leaned out with a weapon. Jake saw the muzzle flash in his mirror, heard the bullet hit his trailer. They're shooting. I know, stay down. Jake made a decision. Offensive action. He activated his CB radio. All units, this is Big Rig Morrison on I-80 eastbound. I've got armed hostiles pursuing a civilian. Need immediate assistance. Responses came immediately. Truckers loved Jake. They'd help. Big Rig, this is Iron Horse. I'm 2 miles ahead. Hammer down here. I can see your lights. Ghost Rider coming up behind the SUV. Within minutes, Jake had backup. A convoy of trucks moving into formation around the SUV. But the attackers were determined. They rammed the truck's trailer, trying to force Jake off the road. That's when Jake stopped being defensive. Jake Morrison disappeared. In his place was Staff Sergeant Morrison, 75th Ranger Regiment, veteran of Somalia, Afghanistan, and operations that never made the news. Jake began offensive maneuvers that should have been impossible with an 80,000-pound truck. Tactical driving techniques designed for armored vehicles, adapted to 18-wheelers. When the SUV tried to ram him again, Jake counter-rammed with precise timing, using the truck's momentum to send the SUV spinning into the median. Jesus, Jake. How Ranger training. Different vehicles, same principles. The SUV recovered, now really aggressive. They were shooting at the tires, trying to disable the truck. Jake got on the CB. All units, civilian protection protocol, box them in. The convoy responded like a military formation. 6 trucks, perfectly coordinated, surrounding the SUV with precision that stunned Lisa. Jake, how do they know what to do? Because I trained them. Trained them for what? For this. For keeping each other safe. Jake explained while executing perfect tactical maneuvers. For years he'd been teaching other truckers defensive driving, convoy procedures, emergency responses. Not officially, just sharing knowledge. You've been training truckers. Good truckers take care of each other. I just shared some techniques. The SUV was boxed in but still dangerous. They tried ramming through the convoy. Jake made his final move. Using techniques from vehicle interdiction operations, he positioned his truck to force the SUV into a controlled spin that ended with them safely off the road, disabled but not seriously injured. State police arrived within minutes, guided by the convoy's CB communications. As the attackers were arrested, Lisa stared at Jake. "Who are you?" "I'm a truck driver." "That wasn't truck driving. That was military operation. Same skills, different application." At the state police station, Jake's story came out. Not completely, but enough. Staff Sergeant Jake Morrison, 75th Ranger Regiment, 3 combat deployments, specialized in vehicle operations, convoy security, civilian protection. "Mr. Morrison, why didn't you tell us you were military?" "Because I'm not military anymore. I'm a truck driver." "But you used military tactics." "I used whatever worked to keep that young lady safe." The police were impressed. The truckers who'd helped were amazed. "Jake, you never told us you were Army Ranger. Didn't seem relevant. You taught us convoy procedures. I taught you safety procedures. That was military-level training. Training that kept Lisa alive tonight. Lisa was safe. Her attackers were arrested, charged with multiple felonies. The restraining order was now enforceable across state lines. Jake, I don't know how to thank you. No thanks needed. Just part of the job. That wasn't part of any job I know. Protecting people is always part of the job." Later, away from the police, Jake explained more to Lisa. "Why do you drive trucks instead of, I don't know, security work? Because the road is peaceful, usually. But you're overqualified. I'm exactly where I need to be." "Jake, how many people have you helped like this?" "This was unusual. Most problems are smaller, but you help people regularly." "Truckers help people. It's what we do." "Why don't you tell people about your military service?" "Because that was then. This is now. But you're still serving. Different kind of service. Same mission. Word spread through the trucking community. Not gossip, respect." Jake Morrison was Army Ranger, elite soldier, guardian angel on wheels. But Jake's routine didn't change. Same 5 a.m. start times, same routes, same quiet professionalism. The difference was deeper understanding. When Jake offered safety advice, truckers listened more carefully. When he suggested convoy procedures, they followed his guidance. "Jake, will you teach us more about convoy security?" "I can teach you about staying safe. Military techniques, techniques that work." Jake began informal training sessions at truck stops. Not military instruction, safety education, defensive driving, emergency communications, how to help stranded motorists safely. "Jake, why share this knowledge?" "Because roads are dangerous. People need to look out for each other." "Is this military thinking?" "This is human thinking." Lisa stayed in touch. She finished college, became a counselor for domestic violence victims. She always credited Jake with saving more than her life. He'd restored her faith in human goodness. "Jake, I tell people about you. Tell them about the other truckers who helped. This was teamwork, but you led the team. I just did what needed doing." The trucking company promoted Jake to safety instructor. He declined. "I prefer the road, but you could help more drivers." "I help drivers every day, from my truck." Jake's legend grew quietly. Truckers would request his routes, hoping to learn from him. New drivers sought his advice. Veterans in the trucking industry found mentorship. But Jake remained the same. Quiet professionalism, daily service, guardian angel disguised as freight hauler. One night another stranded motorist. Elderly couple, flat tire, dangerous location. Jake pulled over immediately. "You folks okay?" "Tire went flat. We don't know how to change it." "I'll take care of it. Part of the service." As Jake changed the tire, the husband asked, "Son, why do truckers always stop to help?" "Because the road is home to all of us. Family takes care of family." "You seem different from other truckers." "We're all different. We're all the same." "What makes a good trucker?" "Same thing that makes a good person. Show up, do the work, take care of others." Jake finished the tire, refused payment,
watched the couple drive safely away. Then he climbed back into his truck, checked his route, and continued east. Same mission he'd always had: deliver the cargo, protect the innocent, bring everyone home safe. Staff Sergeant Morrison had found his final duty station. Not a forward operating base, but Interstate 80. Not commanding Rangers, but mentoring truckers. Not fighting enemies, but helping strangers. Same mission, different battlefield, eternal service. Now I ask you, have you ever met someone who understood that service never ends, just changes vehicles? Someone whose greatest battles were fought not for glory, but for the simple mission of keeping people safe? Share their name in the comments. Tell us how they protected their community. At Silent Hero Stories, we believe the most powerful heroes often drive the longest routes, not seeking recognition, but providing protection to everyone who shares the road. If this story moved you, subscribe and share it. These highway guardians deserve recognition for choosing service over retirement, protection over profit. See you in the next story. And remember, that trucker who helped when you broke down, who shared the road safely, who made sure you got home, might just be the hero who never stopped serving, never stopped protecting, never stopped being a ranger. Because Rangers don't retire, they just find new roads to patrol.